Stretching like a necklace across the equator, the Indonesian archipelago is the largest archipelago on Earth, an astonishing collection of over 17,000 islands scattered between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Each island, from the sprawling major landmasses to the tiniest uninhabited islets, contributes to a landscape of almost unimaginable diversity, geographically, ecologically, and culturally. For centuries, this region has captured the imagination of explorers, traders, and scientists alike, earning a reputation as both a crossroads and a crucible of civilizations, wildlife, and natural wonders. To understand the Indonesian archipelago is to first appreciate the sheer vastness and complexity of its geography. The archipelago stretches more than 5,000 kilometers from west to east, greater than the distance between London and Tehran, uniting a territory that covers a significant swath of Southeast Asia and Oceania. This remarkable span places Indonesia at the meeting point of two mighty oceans and also at the intersection of two continents, Asia and Australia. It is this unique position that has shaped so much of what Indonesia is today. At the heart of the archipelago are several major island groups, each with its own distinctive character and history. The first of these, the Greater Sunda Islands, include Sumatra, Java, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi. These are the giants of Indonesia, both in terms of land area and population. Sumatra, the westernmost of the Greater Sunda Islands, is a land of dramatic contrasts. Vast rainforests cloak its interior, home to rare wildlife like the Sumatran tiger, rhinoceros, and orangutan. Towering volcanoes dominate the skyline, while mighty rivers carve their way toward the sea. Sumatra's rich volcanic soils have nurtured dense forests and complex ecosystems, but also provide fertile ground for agriculture, supporting millions of people. Its history is shaped by waves of migration, trade, and the rise and fall of powerful kingdoms. Java is perhaps the most famous of Indonesia's islands, certainly the most populous. Indeed, more people live on Java than on any other island in the world. Here, the heart of Indonesia beats most strongly. Java is home to the capital city, Jakarta, a teeming metropolis that is both the political and economic center of the nation. The island's volcanic ridges and fertile lowlands provide a patchwork of rice fields, cities, and towns. Java's long history has given rise to a sophisticated cultural heritage, blending indigenous traditions with influences from India, China, the Middle East, and Europe. The island's temples, such as Borobudur and Prambanan, stand as testaments to its past as a center of Buddhist and Hindu civilization. Kalimantan is the name given to the Indonesian portion of the island of Borneo, which it shares with Malaysia and Brunei. Here, the ancient rainforests are among the oldest in the world, harboring a staggering variety of plants and animals, many found nowhere else on Earth. The rivers that wind through Kalimantan have long been the highways for trade, travel, and communication, linking remote villages and larger towns. The Dayak peoples, with their rich traditions of art, music, and storytelling, are among the many indigenous communities that call Kalimantan home. Sulawesi stands apart for its strikingly intricate shape, a sprawling, starfish-like island with long peninsulas and deep bays. This unique geography has helped foster extraordinary biodiversity. Sulawesi is a hotspot for endemic species, from the tiny tarsier to the anoa, a rare dwarf buffalo. The island's mountainous interior has also encouraged the development of distinctive cultures, each with its own language, customs, and artistic styles. The Toraja people of the highlands, for instance, are renowned for their elaborate funeral ceremonies and distinctive peaked roof houses. To the east and south lie the Lesser Sunda Islands, a chain of smaller islands that stretches from Bali to Timor. Though less vast than the Greater Sunda Islands, these islands are no less fascinating. Bali, the best known among them, is famed for its lush landscapes, vibrant artistic traditions, and unique form of Hinduism that permeates every aspect of daily life. Beyond Bali, the islands of Lombok, Flores, Sumba, and West Timor are generally drier and more mountainous, supporting a mosaic of cultures and languages. The climate and terrain here have shaped both the ways people live and the kinds of wildlife that thrive, including the famous Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, found only on several islands in this region. Further east are the Maluku Islands, also known as the Moluccas, or historically, the Spice Islands. For centuries, these islands were the world's only source of coveted spices such as nutmeg, cloves, and mace, commodities so valuable that they drew the attention of traders and empires from across the globe. The Maluku Islands became a focal point of the early modern spice trade, fueling exploration, colonization, and conflict. Today, the legacy of this history endures in the diversity of cultures, languages, and peoples that inhabit the islands. At the far eastern edge of Indonesia lies western New Guinea, comprising the provinces of Papua and West Papua. This region occupies the western half of the island of New Guinea, the second largest island in the world. Here, the landscape is dominated by rugged mountains, dense rainforests, and winding rivers. Western New Guinea is renowned for its immense natural wealth, including minerals, timber, and biodiversity. It is also home to a vast array of indigenous cultures, with hundreds of distinct languages spoken across the region. The peoples of Papua have maintained many traditional ways of life, despite the pressures of modernization and resource extraction. One of the most defining features of Indonesia's geography is its position along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a vast arc of tectonic activity that encircles the Pacific Ocean. This means that Indonesia is subject to frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, events that have both shaped and threatened life on the islands for millennia. The archipelago is home to over 130 active volcanoes, more than any other country in the world. These volcanoes are both creators and destroyers. Their eruptions can be catastrophic, but over time they enrich the soil and foster new life. Among Indonesia's most famous volcanoes is Mount Merapi, located on Java. Known as one of the most active and dangerous volcanoes on Earth, Merapi has erupted regularly for centuries, its ash nourishing the surrounding farmlands even as its eruptions pose grave risks. Nearby is Mount Bromo, a sacred site for the local Tengger people and a popular destination for visitors seeking to witness its otherworldly beauty. On Lombok, Mount Rinjani towers above the island, its vast caldera and crater lake forming a dramatic landscape. Further east, on Sumbawa, Mount Tambora erupted in 1815 with such force that it caused global climate anomalies, including the infamous Year Without a Summer. And between Java and Sumatra sits the legendary Krakatoa, whose catastrophic eruption in 1883 sent shockwaves around the world. Indonesia's location and complex geology have also given rise to an extraordinary wealth of natural life. The archipelago is one of the world's greatest biodiversity hotspots, with a staggering number of plant and animal species, many of them found nowhere else on Earth. The rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo are home to orangutans, gibbons, sun bears, and countless species of birds and insects. In the forests of Sulawesi, unique marsupials and monkeys thrive. The Komodo dragon, a living relic of prehistory, stalks the islands of Komodo, Rinca, and Flores. Beneath the waves, Indonesia's seas are even more remarkable. The region known as the Coral Triangle, which includes the waters of Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, Timor-Leste, and the Solomon Islands, is recognized as the global epicenter of marine biodiversity. Here, vibrant coral reefs teem with life. Thousands of species of fish, mollusks, and other creatures find shelter in the coral gardens. The Wallata Zone, a transitional area between the Asian and Australian continents, is another region of extraordinary evolutionary interest, where species from both continents mingle and new forms of life emerge. Yet Indonesia's diversity is not just a matter of geography or biology. It is also profoundly cultural. With over 270 million people, Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world and is home to hundreds of distinct ethnic groups. More than 700 languages are spoken across the archipelago, a testament to the long history of migration, settlement, and exchange. Each island, each region, each community brings its own cuisine, music, dance, and crafts to the rich tapestry of Indonesian culture. Religion, too, is a vital part of life in Indonesia. The country has the world's largest Muslim population, and Islamic traditions shape much of the social and cultural landscape. Yet Indonesia is also home to vibrant communities of Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, and followers of indigenous faiths. Bali, for example, is famous for its unique form of Hinduism, which infuses village life with rituals, ceremonies, and temple festivals. In other parts of the archipelago, Christianity and animist traditions blend in fascinating ways. Indonesia's story is one of unity in diversity. Despite the vast distances and differences that separate its islands, the people of Indonesia have forged a shared national identity, expressed in their motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, unity in diversity. The Indonesian archipelago remains a place of wonder and complexity, where the forces of nature and the creativity of humanity continue to shape a unique and ever-evolving tapestry.